Okay, so it seems like there's been some new MrBeast drama. Now, obviously with MrBeast, he's one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform, if not the biggest YouTuber on the platform. You're going to get a lot of eyes kind of pointing at you, and there's always going to be a little bit of drama surrounding whether you like it or not. But this one, I think, is a little bit justified. Now, if you don't know, recently MrBeast actually announced some changes with his company called ViewStats. Now, essentially, ViewStats is a kind of like website where you can essentially check out some analytics, do some cool stuff, and check out other people's analytics and whatever. And I've used it quite a bit to kind of compare videos of mine to like other people's so that I can see how they've ranked and how I can pretty much improve. But it seems like they've actually announced a new feature just in the past couple of days, which has caused a lot of controversy online. And it was this video right here. And essentially, this is a post from Drama Alert, which essentially says MrBeast company ViewStat launches AI thumbnails, which, yeah, essentially what they're allowing you to do now is on ViewStats is to copy, kind of these thumbnails off of anybody you want. You know, he goes into, a whole thing of you can do any style of thumbnail and you can select any kind of content creator you want, and you can also map your face over the top of different kind of thumbnails and essentially just alter people's and steal people's thumbnails using the power of AI. And as you can tell, people were not happy. He also in this video featured a ton of creators, including obviously himself. We got like Lachlan, FaZe Rug, Speed, and JackSepticEye, which is one of the biggest ones I think as well, which has been included in here. Obviously they put Moist Critical there. I don't really know how you're gonna do that, especially whenever you see his thumbnails. He literally sits there like looking at the camera. I mean, I don't really know how you can replicate that. I mean, you could literally just do that with a camera. So I think that one's a little bit weird. But essentially, yeah, JackSepticEye is not happy about this. He's just one of the main people that have kind of called him out here. And there's so many creators calling him out because, obviously with the previous MrBeast drama, a lot of the stuff has been fans or watchers or viewers not really interacting with his stuff. But this directly targets creators, which has gotten even bigger creators angry. And it's going to stir up more of a kind of argument. There's going to be more stuff coming out and it's going to be pretty terrible all around. And they essentially say, JackSepticEye says, what the fuck? And he used my logo in the promotion for it too. I hate what this platform is turning to. Fuck AI. So essentially, yeah, JackSepticEye is not happy about this, and he's obviously saying, he doesn't really support any of this. And, he's always kind of pointed out his dislike towards MrBeast, There was this video a while ago which came out, and obviously he said that MrBeast was ruining YouTube and stuff. And I don't know if this was maybe a dig at that video that, MrBeast included his logo and his YouTube channel in there on purpose or, whatever. Because, again, it does seem like it's very purposely added in there. And obviously, he's taken most of the offense to it because he suggested that you could steal all of these content creators' thumbnails and put them as your own using AI, which obviously is terrible. And there's other content creators too, like Point Crow here. You guys know Point Crow. Yeah, he's been on a massive kind of mission to kind of, call out MrBeast, and he says, I just want to point this here, rules for thee, but not for me. And essentially, MrBeast is an old tweet saying, the largest channel in Russia just takes my thumbnails and photoshops his face on mine, ... which is kind of ironic now looking at it because, again, he's complaining about that back then, but now he's made this whole thing where other people can do it. It's just kind of crazy how hypocritical that is. Obviously, you got like Dan TDM here saying depressing, and obviously, yeah, this is the clip that surfaced, obviously, of JackSepticEye saying that he doesn't like MrBeast. And obviously, yeah, people have pointed out the fact, though, that this subscription to actually do this is going to cost you $80 a month, which obviously is quite a bit, $80 a month for blatant theft. That's what he said, or $80 a month for laziness. Not thank you. And obviously, yeah, there's not going to be very many people that are using this, but at the same time, there are some people that think that $80 might be worth it to, create these videos. And obviously, I'm sure they're going to find some way to bring down the price and make it more accessible for even more people, which could be pretty terrible in the future. Because again, like say you're a big YouTuber, you could easily get overtaken by someone using AI and stuff, taking over, their job and essentially just stealing your thumbnails, which just it doesn't create a very healthy environment. And obviously we've had news recently of YouTube like them implementing some kind of short system where you can essentially use AI to make shorts, which obviously doesn't help either because it allows people to just slop out even more stuff. And I think that, yeah, it's becoming a big problem in the community with this, and people are not happy. Obviously, JackSepticEye's tweet got 263,000 likes and 7.7 million views. And yeah, people saying, should they have asked permission? Said, ain't that literally stealing? Said, I want 2015 to 16 YouTube back. It said, calm down, buddy, ain't that serious? Delete social media if you want to live in the 90s. If there's legal action to be taken, I do beg of you. Now, obviously, I don't know what the legal kind of repercussions are of stealing thumbnails using AI. Maybe there is none, But I think on like a kind of ethical and moral kind of standpoint, I just don't think it's right. You know, I'm not the biggest like hater of AI in general. I mean, it can help with a lot of stuff. It helps me with YouTube videos in terms of not thumbnails, in terms of titles, not thumbnails. I'm not doing a MrBeast, but in terms of titles, if I can't think of a title, I'll just throw it into an AI and I'll be like, yo, can you just like give me some more ideas for this? And then it'll give me it, which is really helpful. And obviously there's other things as well, which is really helpful for. But whenever it comes to like thumbnails and things, I just don't think it's right, especially whenever, you know, they were promoting the fact that you can literally just put your face on other people's thumbnails. That just doesn't feel good at all. And, you know, it's kind of lazy and I don't really like it. I mean, maybe some of you guys have differing opinions on this, but again, you know, I just think it's not the best idea. Now, obviously, MrBeast also posted some other tweets talking about his videos and stuff, and Point Crow has been, you know, making a case to go against him, saying, is this you? Are you going to say anything or just delete your tweet and profit off of stealing of other creators' works? Which, again, I don't know if he deleted the tweet. I don't know if this was an original tweet on MrBeast's page, because it's not there anymore. I couldn't find it. All I could see and find it on was the Drama Alert channel, which re-uploaded it. So, again, he's saying that, is this you? So I don't know if maybe he deleted it or he deleted an old post or something. But obviously, yeah, he said, are you going to say anything or just delete your tweet and profit off it? So again, I think that maybe he actually put it up there. Yeah, okay. So he put up a tweet here on the 20th, essentially promoting it, and now it's gone. But obviously, people still know about it. It's still in the news. People are talking about it heavily, and obviously, it's a really, really big topic. So people are going to go to that website anyways and buy it and still profit off it. You know, despite the whole thing, you know, the ViewStats kind of page is still up. You know, all these features are still on there. They haven't taken it down. He's just deleted a tweet, but let's be real, it's too little too late. People have already found out, and you know, the right action to do would be just to delete the function from the website altogether, refund anybody that maybe has bought it, and that's about it, you know. But obviously, he's just deleted the tweet because he knows he can still profit off the fact that, you know, people have still found this and still are going to use it. It's just maybe he got a little bit of heat from the tweet itself. Obviously, there's other people as well. Mutah, obviously talking about this, saying AI thumbnails promoted from the biggest creator on the platform. What a joke! Which obviously, yeah, is true. Obviously, yeah, people saying, you know, it's not a great thing, you know. And I think there's going to be many more content creators coming out and talking about this. And I think there's going to be many reactions from this. Obviously, as I said, Point Crow, Dan TDM, like Mutah, all of these other people are talking about it in the, you know, replies. And it's just one of these things which, it's just going to ruin the space in general, and I hope that something does change. Obviously, as I said, you know, they deleted the post, so maybe, you know, he's thinking of kind of rolling back on it, or maybe thinking of a different idea. But as I said, it's still up on the page right now that you can do it right now if you really wanted to, and it's still up there on YouTube and other places like this. You know, it said, we decoded the MrBeast formula into tools that any channel can use, which obviously a lot of these features, the other features on this website are great. You know, they've got stuff, for example, like, you know, the 1 out of 10 system for YouTube. You can actually see it for any video on YouTube, so you can see if this did better or worse for a person, which honestly I thought was really helpful, because I wanted to know, you know, did this work for this particular channel? Can I use it on mine? Will it work for mine? Which I thought was really cool. But obviously now they've gone really heavily into the AI stuff and kind of converted it into that. And I think they were planning this all along. I think, you know, after watching ViewStats for quite a while, I thought, you know, how is this any different from like Social Blade, apart from it's got a couple of extra nice tools? But I think they, you know, the plan was to implement, you know, a lot of AI tools and things like that in the future to kind of, you know, further this, which honestly, I just don't think it's good for the space. And I think that, yeah, it's going to turn into a pretty sticky situation. And you're going to see a lot of videos of MrBeast screwed up, MrBeast did this, MrBeast did that over on YouTube again, because, yeah, this has stirred up a massive, massive controversy in the community. And there might even be some creators out there now, you know, obviously, even during a lot of the other drama that went on with him, other creators were willing to work with him, and other creators were willing to go in the videos because it wasn't, you know, at the end of the day, the biggest of deals. And I think a lot of people, you know, a lot of content creators didn't really mind their reputation being a little bit kind of ruined just for going on a MrBeast video. But I think now a lot of creators will be very, I guess, not very persuaded to go into a MrBeast video, especially after this, because again, you know, he is promoting a lot of pretty, you know, horrible features, which could, you know, potentially ruin the space of YouTube in general. And I think this kind of really sudden turn to AI has become a big issue in the space. And I think, you know, obviously I hope that more people call this out and more people make videos and more people kind of talk about this, because it is pretty crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to talk about it. Obviously, as I said, you know, a lot of creators are not happy, so let me know down in the comments what you guys think about it, because I'm very interested in what you guys think. Maybe you have some completely different ideas to me in terms of how this could help out YouTube, or how this couldn't help out YouTube, and how it could potentially ruin the YouTube space. I don't know, maybe you have a different idea, let me know. But yeah, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kaza, get 10% off again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.